Mr. Chair, thank you. And Mr. Kerber, yes, I had called, I called you yesterday after the hearing and we talked about this. I think, so it's different than the last time's proposal because we had a big reaction to the last proposal, so that's a good thing. And it was the centers, right, that it was a significant increase, so that's not happening, from what I hear you saying. The background studies, I did notice that was broken out, but that seems to be pretty low, under $100 maybe, or you can clarify a little bit about that. And then, are there any, because I can't analyze it all and track it all, are there any significant increases for any particular industry, or is it and kind of flat overall, or just small?
Mr. Chair and Representative Slawik, there are some, there's quite a range here, actually, and so while we're trying to be more surgical in our application of our costs, there are some. One of the other kind of a third difference last time is that we were not extending these licensing fees to some of the programs that are currently exempt from a licensing fee. Some of the programs that are currently exempt include those programs operated by the Commissioner of Human Services. So the Commissioner of Human Services is a payer, a provider, and a regulator. And it had been the will of the legislature in past years that we would not collect a fee from the department's own programs. We're proposing in this that we do collect a fee. And so the most significant fee increase here would be for the Minnesota Sex Offender Program, and their licensing fee would be $20,000 a year. What that reflects is our actual effort at regulating those services. Includes, our site visits, complaint investigations, alleged maltreatment investigations again, and the amount of time we spend on those. So there is kind of a full range. Other programs, I think, if you look at, there's a $600 a year increase for children's residential facilities. That might be kind of tough. There are some that are tougher than others in here.
Mr. Chair, just to follow up, and then I can talk with you more about it at another time, or maybe it's a question for you, Mr. Chair. If there are differences and people are concerned about that, should they write a letter to the committee, or what do you suggest? Talk to Mr. Kerber? I'm just trying to think process here in terms of if they need to be perhaps changed, giving feedback on that.
Well,